Welcome back, everybody, to the latest in our series of Friday night mindsetting videos. We're talking through the section on deeper thinking, and this week's episode is about the importance of being highly motivated. Now, we've already sort of covered committing to success and the importance of motivation at the start of the program. So I thought I'd throw this out to Steve, really, because I guess people can lose their way fairly easily when life takes over.
Yeah, I think that's the point, and it's the reason it's kind of loops back in our program of 20 key aspects of performance. We kick off with it is understanding what our motivations are, and of course any journey starts with some motivation to get going, but it's the acknowledgement that it's the thing that kind of keeps us going as well, especially when maybe things get tough. It's part of resilience, of being able to reinvent motivation. And Roger and I are very fortunate to have long careers, but also ones where we had to reinvent ourselves along the way. You don't always wake up with the fire burning in your belly. You don't always wake up, desperate to get down to the track to do your day's work. You have to find a way to develop motivation, or redevelop and reinvent and re-inspire yourself, I suppose, is what we're acknowledging. So what we touch on is some of the skills, some of the tools, some of the aspects that allow us to reconnect with what matters most. It's a fairly obvious one, but I think it's one that we can all relate to, certainly in recent times when we face the most challenging times possibly of our lives, and retaining a level of not only motivation but optimism, clarity, and all the stuff that motivation, as we've touched on before, as you say. But to reconnect with that is one thing, but also accept that there's a deeper level of motivation that we can access. We can take it to an even stronger, a more effective level. Roger, maybe hand to you on that.
Yeah.
I remember, we both hit that, you with your glandular fever, injury, whatever, but you have to reinvent at points along the way, right?
You do. And I think you have to use different tools and different skills at different phases. I mean, look, the one thing's for sure, if you're fit, you're healthy, you're on a roll, it's not hard to be motivated. You're excited because you just feel, 1996, it wasn't hard for me to be motivated because I just knew I was in shape, I was running well, I was training well, had good energy levels, wasn't having to really think about my motivation. Go back a few years with a, glandular fever, or coming off the surgeon's, table with a knee injury, massive uncertainty. It's very hard to be motivated then, but it's a different type of motivation. It becomes you have to be motivated in the moment, and you have to keep the vision, keep the goal. But I think it's, I think anyone who's saying it's easy to be motivated when you're in that situation is kidding themselves. It's not easy. It's a real challenge. So you have to use different tools, and it is a process. So when we say, stay highly motivated, it's unrealistic to always be, I'm really motivated. Some people can, very lucky, but often they fall because they're kidding themselves. So I think it's that honest recognition of the situation, which I think we've talked about before, and choosing the right level of motivation for the situation you're in, and hopefully it will lead to a high performance situation where you can be free to be highly motivated and just deliver. So I think Steve is right. It's this whole thing of performance is not fixed. It is a moving ups and downs, highs and lows, and it's recognizing the situation that you're in and making the most of that situation, whatever it may be.
And are there some tools within the mindsetting program to sort of help you remotivate yourself if you've got stuck on a bit of a plateau?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the purpose of it. To have that toolkit at your disposal. So you can choose whichever tool is most appropriate. But I think the one thing to remember when you go for that toolkit is there's only one person who can affect your motivation, and that's you. And I think sometimes we do need a reminder of that once we've got the toolkit in place.
That's brilliant. Thank you, guys. I'm feeling motivated for the weekend ahead now. So I look forward to seeing you next Friday.
Cheers, Malcolm.